Welcome back, dear adventurers. Last time we left off, our brave adventurers, Kelnar Silverstone and Kamali, had been sent out on a special errand to check for believed thieves who have been stealing from the town, unbeknownst to the town folk, but very much known to the aptly nicknamed Sir Boller, who they aptly, as I said, aptly nickname Mr. Sunshine. Upon Mr. Smiles, there you go.
Mr. Smiles, Mr. Sunshine, Mr. Daisies and Rainbows.
But upon investigating the grounds, they found footprints leading away from the wall and into the nearby wood. What they find there, we shall find out in this session of The Orphans of the FeyWild. As you continue through the woods, you can see that the foliage of the woods is very densely packed. The sounds of leaves and loose dried up twigs being crushed underneath your footsteps, being very loud and audible to the ears of both you two and anyone or any creature that might be around you. Continuing to move through the clearing, you continue to follow the tracks, but then you get to a point where you sadly seem to lose track of them. You kind of see, like, bit by bit the footprints kind of just the only way you can really put it is that it seems like they've covered their tracks.
Or at least tried to?
Or it tried to. Well, it's kind of obvious because, both you can see that the tracks that you could see before have just kind of stopped. They've just kind of come to an end, so clearly someone has gone to the effort of trying to mask, where they've gone. But
Kamali looks at Kelnar and is like, do you see where the tracks went?
I'm gonna roll to see. Also, I'm sorry for the dinging if anyone's watching the stream. I apologize. I'm gonna roll, if you don't mind, for, was it perception? What was it again?
Yes, I believe it was perception, yes.
And that's a d20, right?
Yes, that is always a d20.
It's been a while since I've opened my dice. It's not even opening. There we go. Okay. $16.
16, you said?
Yes, 16.
Okay, 16. You can definitely tell, once again, you can see that they've been covered over. You can actually tell that, you can even actually sort of tell the method that's been used. You don't know if they've used a tool, a branch, or their own hands, but you see kind of one footprint that kind of is half cut off, but you can see within the part where the footprint is cut off that the dirt there is where the ground around, like in the footprint, is like wetter, like the soil that has been pushed down is wet. The soil above where it ends is like, that fills it in, is dry, unnaturally dry, which shows that it's surface level dirt. So you can kind of assume that someone's used dirt to fill in the footprint.
Someone's being sneaky.
Well, what about the direction of where they're going?
The direction, you can't really discern the direction. By the looks of it, they just were going straight. but due to how the footprints are now, you wouldn't really be able to tell if they then suddenly did a U-turn or went off somewhere else. But right now, you are pretty deep in the wood. You're a good like minute into the woods by now, so you're pretty deep in there, like to the point where you can't really see out through it to what the town, the village, the wall that you just
Yeah.
came from.
Okay. I can sort of see where they may have been going. Um, I think that they were probably going just straight into the forest.
Well, we have our stuff with us. We should push deeper if we're trying to figure out what this is. Or, you know,
Well,
who, what.
uh, tell Narcissistic Kamali that. Well, I have a feeling that maybe we shouldn't go too far. Do you think we should go follow or go back to him to see if that's what you think we should do? Because we are technically supposed to go back to him if we do find anything.
True. I guess we can go back and report it to Mr. Sunshine. Uh,
Can both of you please roll a perception check for me?
yay.
12.
12.
Plus what? Is there a plus?
Uh, no, it's just basic perception.
Basic perception, alright.
Yep.
Is that your passive wisdom?
No, just perception. There should be a skill that says perception.
Ah, okay. Can't math. 15.
15, right. So, come on, as you're both, I'm assuming, about to turn back from where you came in and walk out, like begin your journey back out of the forest, Kamali, you hear a commotion in the distance. It's not close. It's kind of off in the distance. It's less you can hear the sound exactly, but more you can hear disturbance in the background noise. You can kind of hear something off in the distance. Kelnar, you just hear a little something, but it's so faint that it barely catches your attention. It just kind of makes you flicker up. It's like, what?
Kamali's eyebrows like furrow, and she like stands in the direction of where she's hearing it, and just sits there and goes, "What in the world's going on? What is that?"
What do you hear?
Do you not hear it?
Mm,
It's
sort
like
of. Small bit
there's
of something.
like there's a commotion out there. I don't think it's close to us, but I can hear it. Should we go check and see
Yeah,
what's going
I
on?
think we should. Let's go.
All right.
Okay.
We march.
Okay. You
Kamali taking lead.
you head off in the general direction, and are you just walking through? Are you sneaking? What are you doing? Or are you just marching on through?
Being
Uh,
cautious.
cautious, yeah.
Okay.
Walking cautiously.
Okay. Um, you walk through, and you kind of walk in and as you kind of keep walking, like there's moments where you think, "Oh, that we mustn't have, like we must have just heard," but then you hear another commotion, and you can kind of pinpoint where it is. It definitely sounds like something moving about in the woods. You can hear like twigs snapping and like what sounds like footfall in amongst the brush, and you can hear it a little ways off. It's not too far now. Okay. And as you begin to walk, you can see through the bush and through the tree line you can see that there is a bit of a clearing, like the trees start to kind of separate and be spread a little more thinly. You can see there's an opening off through.
Kamali stops before she reaches the opening and stops Kelnar and says, "There's an opening up ahead. I don't think it would be wise for us to walk out in the middle of it."
Okay, let's be a little slow with what we do here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll for perception again, if you don't mind.
Okay, go ahead.
Is there something specific he's trying to
Screw
perceive?
me.
What do you get?
Screw
What do you
me.
get?
Did you roll a 1?
A 2.
You rolled a 2.
That's better than a 1.
At least you didn't fail
Well,
entirely.
while looking through the wood, as you get closer and the trees get thinner, the underbrush doesn't seem to break up as much. It seems to be more of a start line, but the trees start to spread out more. And looking through, you come upon an encampment. See, that's how you do an intro.
There was a clearing in front of us, and we
Yes.
chose to
Yes.
be
Wait,
careful.
before we do,
Of course.
Yeah.
special guest,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We have-
very special.
Velvet Hex,
Mm-hmm.
who is
up,
the
Velvet?
love of my life.
Yes.
Oh jeez.
Greetings and thank you.
Yes, dear Velvet
Both of those
is
statements are true.
a new fan to the world of D&D and hopefully will be joining us sometime in the future. So as you approach, going through the wood, you can see the tree line starts to thin out, and the foliage starts to get less dense, and the tree line kind of starts to break out, and soon enough, you come to a set of 3 trees, and looking through, you can see an encampment. You can make out at least 6 tents with what seems to be, what looks to be some supplies. But you don't see any occupants at the moment.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I would say tread closely. Let's try to hear something, Molly. Let's try to hear.
Okay.
See if we can hear
All right.
Okay.
You just need to be very careful.
anything. Well, I
Okay.
agree.
Okay.
Is there? What do we need to roll to do that?
If you're trying to sneak, you'll need to roll a stealth check.
Oh dear. Is that a?
Yeah,
A
D20
D-
or D20 as always.
Mm-hmm. It's always D20 unless he tells you otherwise.
Yes, unless the thing you're doing or I say otherwise.
15 total.
15, very good. What did you roll?
What did you do? What did you do? What did you do?
Oh no! I mean, this makes
Mr.
sense for how
Kelnar?
big Kelnar is, but that
Mhm.
still sucks.
What
I
did you
got a
roll?
4 on my
A
base dice roll.
4.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what's
Okay.
your plus skill efficiency? Do you have anything to that?
Yeah, it should be
to-
stealth.
Plus to what? Stealth?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
stealth
for
skill.
It'll be in your skills.
Stealth. I got a
Yeah.
+3, so 4, 5, 6, 7.
7. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. So you always do. I usually will name the skill that you're doing the check on, just so you know what to look at. So, as you both move closer, Kamali is able to sneak up close, without ease. Kelnar, though, sadly, as you are walking closer, you suddenly hear a loud snap underneath one of your hooves, and the snap kind of
turns around.
the snap kind of
Looks at
echoes
him.
out throughout the wood. You just hear kind of echoes out throughout the wood.
Kamali turns around and just looks at him like, really?
Not built for stealth. Give me a break here.
suddenly from the encampment, you hear a commotion. The commotion a commotion. You can hear three or four people, and you hear very angry voices, and you see these individuals come out, and you can see three men holding
Kamali
a small
hides
shape.
behind a tree. Take
Kelnar
cover
becomes
behind
a
tree.
Grab some leaves, put on my antlers. I'm a tree.
He's a bush.
I would say I get low to the ground and actually hide behind a bush. That's not a bad idea.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I
fair
will
enough.
try to
Find
hide
some
behind a bush.
foliage. Foliage.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
And as you
What's wrong with
look,
my speech?
you can see three individuals carrying or dragging a smaller creature into the encampment, and you can hear very angry voices.
Can I? No. Wait. Can I tell what kind of small creature this is?
While I'm about to reveal. There we go. You see two very, I wouldn't say rough, but definitely working class men. Two of them are holding down a smaller green creature with very large, pronounced ears.
Oh no.
And another one is stood before them. They have them pinned on the ground with, like, each one kind of holding down an arm, and you can see the creature's like little legs kind of kicking up. He's kind of struggling, but he's unable to fight against them. And you can, from this distance, you can kind of make out some of what they're saying, but not fully. If you'd want to get, you can't really hear what's being said. You just hear the commotion.
I would say try to listen to see if they're saying something. What was that you said again? I'm sorry, I had a brain fart.
What I said about what? What was your question, Kalnar?
Yes.
What was it you need me to repeat? Sorry.
You actually repeated everything I was gonna ask. So.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, you can see three men, two holding him, the small green creature down by its arms, and the other one is talking. They're all kind of talking, but you can kind of you hear a mix of voices, and it's reverberating through the woods so much that you can, by the time it gets to yours, you can barely make out what's being said. You just hear the commotion that they're creating. And they seem to have taken no notice to you, as far as you're concerned.
Even though
May
I
I
made that
move
large
closer? Can I sneak
snap.
to like a tree that's closer? Yeah, a very large snap.
I agree. I will actually no. How about you say you continue to go and I will stay back. That way, the chance of me being a big boy, I'm not seen. So I say the same thing to Kamali. I'm not gonna do it in character.
All right. Don't see why not, but okay.
Kamali's like, okay, well, stay there, and if anything goes haywire, hopefully you got my back. Okay. Can I roll to sneak up closer behind another tree?
Of course you can. Which tree would you like to move to?
The one between the tents.
The one to your character's left?
Yes.
Okay, so are you doing this quickly, or are you just moving as stealthily as possible? What's your main objective
Stealthily
here?
as possible.
Just stealthy. Then I'll need a stealth check.
Alright. Wow. I got a 7 total.
A 7 total.
Yep.
Right. Right.
Should I try? Because maybe I will have more luck.
You can if you want. You make it a good distance. You make it a good distance. Let's move you about here. You make it a good distance to make it to the other tree. But your commotion causes one of the men who is holding down the little green tree to kind of look up in your direction. Due to his eyes kind of dying around, it doesn't seem that he saw you due to the 10 and the tree coverage, but he definitely kind of heard a commotion. But you can kind of see his attention quickly snap back down to what's at hand.
I'm gonna try to move closer.
Okay.
So let me.
I'm assuming you're trying to move stealthily.
Velvet, blowing it. Velvet, blowing it. Velvet.
Ear rape.
Oh,
Thank
goodness.
you. All right. And 11.
11.
My favorite number.
11. Right.
What a coincidence.
11.
Is that in total, or did you add your
I add my
thingy?
thing. I add my
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
What did you
Cool.
roll?
Well, 7.
A D20.
Yeah, yes. I didn't get a
did.
7. Wait, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, I got an 8.
Okay.
Plus 3. My thing is plus 3.
3. Okay.
Yeah. So just tell me the total. That's all I need to know. The total. She was.
Yep.
Yeah. We know your thing is plus 3. So right. Okay. You got 11. Okay. Very good. You are able. Where do you want to move to? Where is it you're wanting to move to?
I would like to move here, or is that too far?
That's fine. Just make sure you're in the squares. Yeah, that's about far. That's fair. Yep. You're able to kind of quickly move over to one of the other trees and kind of hide behind it, and you don't seem to have been noticed. With you being closer now, you actually have a very clear eye line to what's going on, and you can see the small green figure is dressed in a very loose, very I don't want to say dirty, but it's well worn kind of white tunic, and he has a pair of what do you call them? He has a pair of like leather straps going over his shoulders that by looks it would have been used to keep up his small, rather tattered looking shorts that he's wearing. Kind of they're trousers that kind of go down to like about where his knees are, and you can see that that they're kind of cut off, and you can see they're rather crude. They've got lots of patches on them. He's definitely a lot more kind of... His dress is a lot more kind of haphazard and worn than the individuals that are holding him down currently. And you can hear them a lot louder, and you can hear a commotion of... you hear like money being brought up, and then you hear the word that pricks up your ears, Kalnar, is supplies. You hear them asking about supplies. Where are the supplies? And then you hear something about cheating and stealing, and you can hear kind of pleads from the smaller being, pleads of mercy and forgiveness and so on and so forth.
During all this, Kamali moves towards the tree in front of her. She
Okay,
sneaks
roll under the stealth check, please.
A 6.
A 6.
Yes. It was great.
Kamali is able to make it to the tree.
Yes, to the tree.
But once again, her movement kind of brings attention. This time, the kind of attention of all of them as you As she darts from one tree to the other, there is like a like a few snap sounds heard, and they all kind of look up and look into the distance.
She stands completely still behind that tree.
They're all kind of looking off into the distance, and for a second you think they might go to investigate, but then the creature struggling to get free once again draws their attention, and once more the arguing continues.
Okay. I think I'm gonna roll to. Ooh, I think that may be a little. I'm gonna roll to possibly move my character over here
To go into that.
a little bit
Yep.
closer.
That
Yeah.
once again that'll be so. I'm assuming you're trying to move stealthily to not draw attention.
Yep.
Yep. Go ahead. Roll for that.
15, 16, 18.
18. Very good.
Nice.
Yep. You're able to very swiftly move from one tree to the other. Almost your hooves almost dance across every tree, twig, and leaf, and anything could possibly make any noise.
Prancer.
Why does it? Kellner whispers. Why does it work freaking now?
Yeah, so you're allowed to move your character to the tree that you wish to hide behind.
Yep.
There we go.
All right, now I'm gonna try to listen. To
Okay.
what's going on.
Yep. You don't need to roll for that. Listening in now, you can kind of hear the conversation that's going on. You can hear kind of once again. You hear more commotion of the one that stood over looking down at the creature while the other two hold him down. You can see him kind of pointing at him and yelling. He's these and getting close, you can see that these aren't very old fellows. You'd say if you're being very kind, they're in their early 20s at most, and that's being very kind. None of these have a hair like a whisker upon their cheek. None of them are bearded. None of them. The most that any of them have in terms of maturity is one of them has longer hair. That is free and flowing. But you can hear him speak up and say to the smaller green creature, listen, we asked you to do a very simple job, okay? Get in, get out, get us what we need, get us what they asked us for, okay? You know how important this is, okay? And now, look what you've done. Suddenly, you come back, we fall asleep, and everything's gone. Explain that then. Explain to us where you were, why you weren't here this morning. And you hear the other kind of chime in, going, yeah, and accusations being thrown. And once again, you can hear the little creature below going, please, mercy, masters, mercy. I swear, it's not me. It wouldn't be me. Please, masters, please. Begging, and it just
Dobby?
continues going on and on.
Are we saving Dobby?
Doobie?
You mean Dobby?
Dobby, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I feel like Kamali. Actually, no. I think Kamali, it's your turn.
Well, no. This isn't combat yet, so it's not really a case of turns. You are free to do whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Can I sneak to the tent on the right? So just like right about here.
Yep, sure.
What magic do I have? What magic do I have?
If you go onto your sheet, if you go onto you rolled a 7.
I hate these dice. Yes.
You need to get yourself some new dice.
I'm changing it out. Which one should I do?
Favored.
Yeah, if you go down to your third sheet, you should be able to see what
Using
magic you
the
have.
sandstone dice. The sandstone rolled a 2?
Okay. I think one of the things that I can do is a fog cloud.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna do that.
I would suggest looking up
Possibly.
the name and looking up the rules, just FYI, just so you know how it works.
Okay.
But yes, so right, so you are able to move there. Once again, you moving causes a commotion. But this commotion, once again, they all kind of look up in the, but then much quicker now they return back, and suddenly the two lads lift the much smaller creature up by their arms, and the campfire in the center actually has a cauldron, has like a pot on it, a very large pot that you imagine they would use for for cooking or preparing meals. And from yeah, thank you for saying that to me. What I meant was just for you to read it, just so you know what it does, and then you can
I know.
explain it back to me. But
Just
thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yep. Okay. So, but yeah, you see them lift them up, and they start moving the small creature over to the fireplace, and you see them holding the small creature over the pot.
Oh
And-
dear.
And you can see the one that stood kind of not really touching the creature. You can see them kind of hold him over, and you can see the creature's legs dangling, and he starts kind of laying off. So going, please, masters, please, I promise, it wasn't me, I promise. And you can
jump in. I'm gonna jump in.
Wait.
I want to cast a spell so bad.
You're allowed to if you want to.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do that spell.
Okay.
Is it a D20? If I remember correctly.
Well, in the rules it should say whether or not you cast or if they have to roll against. I think you cast, if I'm correct.
Sphere spreads, yes. You create. Okay, so I'm gonna roll.
Okay, so
Velvet blow.
Alrighty.
So does it say you have to roll, or is it just a spell you cast? What does it say in the rules?
Wait. The sphere spread heavily. It doesn't say casting time, range, attack, non-damage effect, control. It doesn't have any damage.
That's
it doesn't say I need
perfectly
to
fine.
do.
Perfectly fine.
Doesn't need to do a roll. Actually, it doesn't say I need to do a roll.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. Then you just cast it. Question: what level is it? Does it have a level to it, or is it
above on second level or higher? So I'm at level 1.
So where is it? Where has it been put down in the spell slot, in the spell list? You have like 1, 2, 3, and then you have the one that's
it's
0.
Second one.
So a level 2. So you'd need to spend a level 2 spell slot to use that. Do you have level 2 spell slots?
Oh wait, no, it's a level 1. I apologize.
A level 1. Sorry. So you should have level 1 spell slots then. I'm assuming.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do.
So, basically, what you do is basically just in the bit where you have level 2, level 1 spell slots, you just mark it down as you've used 1, basically, so you know how many you've used essentially.
Okay.
Very good. So let me just quickly draw up your. So how big is it again?
It is a 20-foot radius sphere.
Got yeah. So,
Of fog centered on a point within range. So would you say the center of the fire pit is a point within range?
Within range. What's the range of it? It should say what the range of it
20
is.
20 foot.
20 foot. So that's.
So I want to
10,
an effect
15,
of the fire
20.
coming
Yep, that
out
is.
of the logs of the fireplace.
That's definitely within range. So here, if I quickly draw it down, so radius.
I would like
So
to
5,
with something.
10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15,
Pretty.
20.
Brilliant looking trio.
There's your 20 by 20 radius of fog.
Wait, where'd you put said fog? Oh, there it is.
There you go. So you may place that wherever you like. Basically, you can cast it within the range that you want it to be.
Okay.
So you may move that wherever you like.
Okay.
There we are. Very good.
Can we make it so it's not above everyone?
Yeah.
Yep. Don't worry.
Well, seems there's no more problem. Time to head back to the.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Give me a second. Let me just slow slide. There we go. Yeah, we'll just do that. You can see the outline of where it is. We'll just do that for now.
Okay.
But you can see the outline of where it is.
can Kamali follow up with a spell?
Yes, of course you can.
Yes.
We love people working together. What spell do you want to use?
Kamali would like to use control flames.
Control flames?
Specifically,
Okay.
instantaneously extinguish
Well,
flames
is the
upon a
fire
cube.
is the fire up? Is it burning? Or has it been lit yet? Has the fire been lit yet?
No, the
said
fire hasn't
that
been
the
used.
Creature, they're wisey over a fire.
Because they
in a
haven't
pod.
started the fire yet.
Oh.
The fire is just embers at the moment. It's not fully lit, but it's embers, so you can say it's still warm, essentially.
Okay. I shall wait then.
Yeah. So, sorry, next to it, it should say, like, the spell, does it say, like, materials or, like, what requirements?
For
I'm asking,
control
I can't talk. Kelnar, sorry.
Repeat that, please.
So, right next to your spell, there should be a segment that says, requirements.
Okay.
And it should have, like, some letters, like, I think it's V, S, and M.
S, V, and M.
Ah, yeah.
SV and M. Yeah, what letters does it have there?
VS.
VS, so that's somatic, so you need to say something. No, somatic, that means you need to make a hand gesture, and V is for vocal, so you need to say something.
And make some
Could I
type
whisper
of
it?
movement.
Yep, you can say, as
Yes.
long as you're saying something.
Okay. Then,
Does it say, so yeah, the reason why I'm asking is because basically M stands for materials, which means you need something to cast that spell. Such as if it was fog of smoke, I can imagine if it needed a material component, it could possibly be you need, oh no, like powder or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, but it doesn't,
Okay.
so we're good. So I just need you to roleplay saying something to cast your spell, your fog spell.
what should I say?
It can be anything.
Smoke.
There we are.
Arise.
Yeah, and
Oh, there you go.
as you kind of wave out your hand past the tree, suddenly from the dew of the grass, mist starts to build up and instantly cover them. You see all of them kind of look around worriedly, and you can hear a few of them go, "What the hell's going on? What the?" And you can see some of them kind of You can see all of them are kind of confused as soon enough they are completely blinded by the fog. The center of the camp is engulfed in just a big mass of fog. Now, Kamali? You would like to
I
cast...
would like...
Yes, control flames, you said.
Yes. Control flames on said fire.
Mm-hmm.
Would she still be able to, even though there are embers?
Sh- it yes, yes. It doesn't require any material, and like I said, it's magically imbued. So basically, you are willing it to do as you will. And there's also a bunch of different things you can do. So, what would you like to do?
This is gonna be so mean. She would like to. It says you can cause simple shapes such as vague forms of creatures to imitate objects
Mm-hmm.
or a location.
Mm-hmm.
And the flames can be animated.
Mm-hmm.
What is something scary? I gotta think of something. Hold on. The flames transform into a giant bear.
Okay.
It just rises up out of the fire and I guess an inaudible roar because I don't think it really makes a noise, but yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make any noises.
Then it just appears. There's this giant bear that rises out of the flames.
Wait, so does it say it can make simple shapes?
I sent it in the trio.
Simple. I know, but here's the thing: is that will involve an awful lot of signs of me reading, not to be. So,
Like vague form of a creature, an
vague
inanimate
form.
object or
Vague form.
location
Okay, so the vague form.
to
Gotcha.
appear within the flames.
I understand.
And
Very
animate
good.
as you like.
Very good. So here's your bear. Here's the bear. Here's a representation of it. Where would you like to put it?
Rawr. In the fire.
Over the fire.
Come. Rawr.
There we are. So go on, role play this. So you, as you stretch up. So what do you do? What do you do to cast this spell?
What does S stand for again? Is that movement?
Somatic. So that means you need to do some kind of gesture or movement.
So while behind the tree, she sees through some of the fog, the fire pit, and she waves her hand and says, "Flames." And as she says this, a giant fiery bear rises up out of the fire in front of all of those people arguing.
So, due to the coverage of the fog, all these four individuals see is a large hulking structure in the vague glowing form of a bear suddenly rise up and quickly from the fog you hear like what you hear sounds of worry as and mutterings of what is that, and very quickly you hear like calls to action, and you hear movement within the fog, but due to the fog being so thick, you're unable to see what's going on in there.
Sounds great.
How long does your fog last for, by the way?
Up
An
to
hour.
1 hour.
1 hour. Thank you very much. Thank you for letting me know that. Thank you. You continue kind of seeing, hear commotion until soon enough you are able to see some individuals come out of the fog. If I just quickly move this.
I could only imagine what Kelnar's thinking right now.
He's probably thinking, I don't remember that being a part of the spell I just did.
He's over there thinking, man, I guess my spells have upgraded. It's the last time I used them. Huh.
so sorry. This is taking a while.
You're okay.
There we go. Yeah, and you, Kelnar is able to see the three individuals kind of come out of the fog, and you see them going into their tents, seeming to be in a hurry to, and you can see them grabbing. You can hear like a commotion of like stuff being moved about. And you can hear them kind of, all them kind of, frighteningly kind of talking much and going, what is that? And like one of them kind of says, it doesn't matter what, it's just get something. And you can kind of hear that commotion going on as they all kind of go into their separate tents.
Can Kamali take this time to run and grab said small green elf-looking creature?
You're unable to see through the fog, so you have no idea where it is.
Right.
You can hear the commotion kind of going on the other side of the fog, but you can't really see what's going on.
Okay. Didn't it illuminate the fog at all?
Well, no, the fog is so thick that if it's thick enough that you can't see through it, then you can see the faint glow in the center, like reflecting off of the fog, but you can't actually see it enough from the outside of it. Because one thing to keep in mind is each square represents 5 foot, so this at least is 20 by 20 foot of fog, so it's thick. It's enough to blind people, so. So what is your move now? Or do you not have a move? Are you going to watch things pan out? What are you going to do?
Low-key, kind of want to watch everyone freak out.
I think I'm going to do the
fire.
same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see these 3 lads kind of rush back, and you see them pull out weapons. You see all of them kind of pull out. You see them all kind of pull out some kind of bladed weapon. You see one pull out like a sword, one pull out a dagger, and one kind of pull out. You see kind of one pull out like a knife. Would Kelnar, would you mind rolling perception for me?
Reception?
Yes, please.
Okay. I will do so. Han, do me favor.
Here I come.
Thank you.
Oh,
20!
Oh. Hello, doggy.
I got a 20.
you rolled a 20.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, I'm pretty sure that's the first 20 of the game, isn't it? I could be wrong though. I'd have to go and check
You
that.
could be wrong, but maybe.
Yeah. But anyways, well then, as soon as they pull out these weapons, Kelnar knows these weapons. You know these weapons. These are weapons that are issued to the guards of the town. You recognize they're all been made. You can instantly, you're like, wait, I've seen every guard carrying those kind of weapons. These are like the standard weapons the guards carry.
Okay.
They're just very basic, basic silver blade, basic iron grit, and basic leather wrapped handle with a very basic round pommel on the end. Very simple, very basic, nothing fancy, that fitting of, a town guard. From there, as soon as they have their weapons drawn, you see them all kind of, Kelnar can kind of see them kind of readying themselves, and then suddenly they charge around the fog. And you see them start running off in the opposite direction. You see them running off, not into the fog to fight, but you see them running into their right. Their right, and by the looks of their haste, they seem to be chasing something. And you hear you hear an audible confirmation of this. You hear, yeah, yeah, there he is, after him, and you hear them all start running over.
Does Kamali hear this as well?
Yep, you can hear the commotion very easily.
I think I'm gonna wait,
Mhm.
see what else happens.
Kamali would like to move in the direction of said, wait, there he goes, kind of thing.
Okay. Are you going to
Is
move?
the tent from the back, the one I'm close to?
Mm-hmm.
Is the tent double-sided opening, or is it only open from one side, close to the middle of the camp?
They're very basic tents. Essentially, what they are is just a big bit of canvas nailed down at the corners with two branches holding them up. Very basic tents. So yes,
Okay,
it's
then
double
I'm gonna
opening.
try to sneak into the tent nearest to me.
I can see the fact they've run away. I wouldn't say you need to sneak.
Okay, I will. Then I will go into that tent. Uh,
While he's sneaking in the tent, can Kamali... How far can Kamali walk again? It's 30 feet. Can Kamali chase after the voices of these men?
Yes, sure.
Okay. 10, 15, 20.
Are you moving through the fog, or are you...
Yes.
Okay. Just going a straight path. Okay, fair enough.
She just makes a blind dash straight through the fog.
Okay. As Kamai kind of dashes through the fog, she's blind momentarily, but going straight for you soon enough, come out on the other side, and you can see that the three men did not get very far, and you can see them gathered around once again the small green figure, and you can see them starting to take turns kicking and hitting the figure in different ways. Some of them hitting them with the pommel of their weapon, or just kicking, and so on and so forth.
I would like to cast another spell.
Okay. Okay. We'll get back to you. Kalnar, what may I ask why you've gone into the tent?
just to see what I could possibly find.
Okay. Are you looking, or are you just glancing over? Are you actually like going in and having a rummage, or like
I'm glancing over.
glancing over? Yeah, glancing over. You can see just some. You can see some clothes, some a rolled out kind of a mattress. You There's not really anything to. How should I put this? There isn't anything really sticking out to you. It all just seems like standard equipment that someone might carry when they go camping, or are sleeping out in the wild.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of standard things.
Okay.
The only thing not standard that they seem to have pulled from the tents was their weapons. Going back
Then
to.
I'm
Go
going
on. Yep, go on.
to. Then I'm going to come out through that tent,
Mm-hmm.
out to the center, and peek my head through
Mm-hmm.
to see what I can possibly see. Because I
Okay.
don't think Kelnar sees exactly what Kamali saw.
Mm.
So I'm gonna peek my head through. What do I
Yeah.
see?
You can see the big wall of fog right outside the tent, and to your right, Kalnar is able to see that, just as Marley had seen, that the three men have not gotten far, and whatever it was you saw them going off the chase, they seem to have quickly caught up with.
Okay. Uh, do I have to roll to see where
Nope.
Kamali is?
I'm going to say
she's
that
hiding?
rolling would be very unlikely because you can't really see through the fog.
True. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm just
not only is
gonna
there fog, I'm behind a tent.
try to be like, Kamali, Kamali, hello, can you hear me? Are you in? Are you here?
You can
Can
hear this.
Kamali
You
hear
can,
him
yeah.
from how far away she is? Okay.
Well, if you're saying, are you saying out that tone? I'm assuming, or are you calling out?
Uh, I
No,
would
that
say,
was. Oh wait.
yeah, that was a
Sorry.
little bit lower. I was because I don't know. I don't think Kelnar knows that
Okay.
everyone has left.
Yeah, she can hear him. She can hear him.
Okay.
I don't. She doesn't say anything, but the bear in the fire kind of points in the direction she is.
Once again, he can't see through the fog. All he just sees is the glowing in the center. He can't really just make out the shape of it.
Can Kamali move forward towards the people?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna do right here, and she's gonna cast Mold Earth. She waves her hand or moves her arm or something magical. And she says, "Arise." And she takes a section of the earth that this little green creature is being kicked into and raises it up
Okay.
high to where this little green creature is getting kicked into the earth.
Okay. How high is the pillar?
I'm gonna say 7 feet.
You choose a portion of dirt slowly. Okay. Yep. The creature is raised far. The little green creature is suddenly shot up 7 foot above a 7 foot comstone, which they quickly grip onto, kind of scared for life, kind of not really knowing what's going on, while the men are kind of stunned and kind of look up at it, just kind of amazed. And then one of them looks over one of the other shoulders and quickly sees Kamali, and kind of alerts the others to kind of quickly kind of nudging the other one, and then the other one nudges the other, and they're kind of pointing the old turn.
Well, you don't see that every day.
What you
That's
see?
what she says to them.
I think I'm gonna try to make my way through.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly. Does Kelnar hear this at all? Do you
Yep, yep,
think?
yep, yep. Yeah, you can hear this.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that
Okay,
far away.
then
You can
I'm
hear
gonna
this.
make my way through to about. How far am I able to go?
It should say on your thing. It should say movement speed.
Your speed.
Yeah. Where is that?
It should be on your first sheet, the main sheet, the main page. Sorry, I should say.
It's near like your initiative, armor class,
40 foot.
and
40 foot. So each square represents 5 foot. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20, all that kind of stuff. And you can move diagonally as well. Don't worry.
he could technically be standing right next to me.
Yeah, there we go.
That's about as far as I can go.
Okay. You trot behind her, I'm assuming?
Mm-hmm.
Right, fair enough. And if you want, like I said, doesn't matter, combat hasn't started, so technically it hasn't started, so you can solder up next to her. So, as you trot up, when they first see Kamale, they kind of look up. You see kind of, them kind of look up at the smaller green creature as it continues to kind of grip onto the top of it, kind of shaking. at the top of the pier, kind of gripping on it, shaking, and they kind of turn back to Marley, and one of them steps forward and goes, and says, "Well, hello, miss. So sorry, you seem to have caused in a bit of very odd bit of circumstances. What is someone like you doing out here?" And he's cut off once they see Kelnar walking through. Upon that, they all kind of stumble back a bit, and you can see there's a look of shock upon their faces. And one of the gentlemen to the one who stood forward, right, calls out, "No way, it's a centaur!"
Evening, gents, and yes, as you have spotted very obviously, I am a half man, half elk. Not entirely centaur, but yes.
They all kind of look at they kind of all kind of just stood kind of amazed, and the one in front quickly kind of composes himself and says, "Oh, well, this is definitely a strange day. I'm well. What brings you and this very beautiful young woman into our midst?"
Gonna ask you the same thing.
What are
Oh.
you guys doing to that little green creature? And she points up at like the
Oh,
7-foot tall
yeah.
earth mound.
He kind of looks over his shoulder and he goes, "Oh, that. Oh, listen, you've caught us at a really awkward time. You see, that little green bastard up there has stolen some stuff from us, and we're simply trying to get him to tell us where he's taking it. All we want is to take our stuff back, that's all. I'm sorry, you've really caught us at an awkward time."
Is this true that you stole their stuff?
The small green creature is just gripping onto the top and is very much shaken. You can see now that you're close enough, you can actually see that under it, that around its right eye socket, it's all of much darker green, almost purplish in tone. You definitely recognise this as being a bruise on its eye, and it doesn't seem to give much response.
Can Kamali walk over to the mound?
Well, as Kamali as she steps forward, the man kind of puts out the lad puts out a hand and goes, "Hey, miss, listen, I understand you want to help us and all, but this is our business. As
No. Listen. Did they successfully steal goods, or do they still have any goods, or do you have your goods back?
you see him kind of stop and think for a second before looking over his shoulder at one of the others, and the person that he looks over his shoulder at, his left shoulder, in fact, the lad to his left, quickly responds with, "Well, we haven't found any of our stuff yet. We were just trying to get him to tell us where it is right now, actually."
So did you catch them in the act? How do you know that they stole your stuff?
The one to his left kind of kind of stammers out and before the one in the center goes, "Listen, I think we've kind of started off on the wrong foot here. Maybe
Answer my
possibly your
question.
fault."
If you answer honestly, we will be on our way.
You can see the young lad rather kind of taken aback by your forwardness, and he quickly kind of rouses up. Listen, who are you? Like, this is our camp, this is our business, and you've come into our camp. Like, we don't even know you. For all we know,
We
you
were
could be in
hired
league with
by
this
the
creature.
Walls Guard. You're hired by the Walls Guard, and we
You
are
see
here on guard duty.
all their faces drop. You see all their faces drop instantly.
And don't think I don't recognize
Can
those
Kamali-
weapons.
Kamali walks over to the mound at this point and brings it back down.
As soon as you take another step, the lad in front, kind of his weapon was kind of just hanging lazily by his side, but he suddenly raises it up and points it kind of in a gesture towards Kamali and says, "Don't step any closer. Get back."
Now. We weren't
There's
planning
Shut
on
it,
doing anything.
Shut it, half-breed. Listen, you know, the others have their weapons pointed out now. The one second says, "Listen, you two are going to pretend you didn't see this, and you're going to go back to that village, and you're going to report back that you didn't see anything. Right?"
Give us the little
First
one
off-
and we will do that.
His name's Kelnar. And second off,
I don't
you leave the green
care.
one alone.
Leave the little one alone. What do you care about a stupid little fucking goblin?
Why do you care that we care?
I care that you care because he has taken something I greatly care about.
And what is that? Do you have it back?
Is it any of your business?
It is because it's near the wall. We are part of the wall guard. And if we know
Yes,
there's
and you
any form
got-
of danger,
Yes, you're part of the wall guard, and all you care about is what's behind those fucking walls. You don't care about people like us. So once again, walk away.
we are strangers to these people. We were sent here by the king. We don't even know these people. We are just as much as unfamiliar with these people as you may be yourself. Now, I don't know the ways of the guard or of you. So, I don't entirely know what is going on here. If do you have your thing back? I'm not asking what it is. Do you have it back?
The one to his right quickly answers and goes, "No, we don't."
Let me talk to them, the little one, and I will not take them. I'll try to get it back, and when I do, or even if they have it, we will give it back to you, or I'll tell you that they don't have it. We'll take them and we'll be on our way.
Are you trying to persuade them?
Yes.
Roll persuasion.
$19.
19. They all kind of look at each other, and after a few moments they kind of, you see them kind of nod their heads, and they all kind of relax their weapons. They go, "All right, but it's only a quick
Maybe.
word. If he doesn't
You-
tell you where our stuff is, we have him. Got it?"
Understood.
They walk away, and the
Kamali approaches.
and the creature's left on the ground. Kind of, you can see him the creature very shaken up. The three lads kind of move away from the smaller green creature. They're not too far. You can easily judge that anything you say at like a normal conversation level, they'll be able to easily overhear. They're not too far away. They're keeping what you can imagine is a safe distance so they can know what's being said. Upon you kind of getting closer, the small figure quickly kind of uses his legs to kind of, push himself back until he basically bumps up against the tree that he was before being held against. And the creature kind of, sits there, its arms kind of, almost trying to cocoon itself within its arms, and you hear a much lower, a lot more meeker version of its pleas that were heard before, where it says, "Mercy, masters, mercy."
Hey. We're not your masters.
Hey, we're not gonna hurt you. Are you okay?
The
Looks like your eye's beaten up pretty bad.
the small creature kind of, upon you mentioning its eye, it quickly brings a very small three-fingered hand down to kind of feel, and as it feels, it kind of, it winces, kind of showing its rows of sharp teeth. It goes, it hurts. A lot hurts.
If you would let me, I could heal it for you.
The creature kind of looks up at you with its kind of dark with its dark eyes, and it looks up and kind of moves away uncomfortably a bit more, and says, No magic, no trust. I don't trust magic masters."
Okay, that's okay.
Okay. No magic.
Now, we wanted to ask. We're not going to do anything. We promise. We're not going to punish
Promise.
you. We're promise. I vow.
We promise.
I will not hurt you. And we will not let them hurt you.
Mm-mm.
Now, did you steal anything? And if you did, do you still
No,
have it with
masters.
you?
No, masters. I's never steal. I's never steal. I's never stole from any masters. Never.
Now, again, we're not going to do anything to you. Promise?
And we're not your master.
Is there a way to tell if they're lying or not? Is there a...
You can roll. You can roll perception. You can roll perception.
Is there a plus?
Once again, it's perception.
Yeah. Can
Perception.
Kamali do this as well?
Yep,
Plus
yep. You
4.
can. You both can.
15.
Okay, Kamali's rolling for perception as well, because
19.
19. Very good.
I got a 14 plus 4.
18,
15 plus
19,
4, sorry.
21 total.
Very nice. You can both tell by the fragile state that the creature is in. This a creature as small as this would have to be very foolish to be lying with how roughed up this creature is, and you can just tell by its tone that it's being very honest. Like, its pleas are very much less pleas of belief and more how should I, they're less pleas of for you to believe a lie. You can see straight away that these are pleas for someone to know the truth, to understand what they're saying, not to believe, but to understand what they're saying.
Okay. I'm going to look at Kamali and tell them. I can tell we both know that they're not lying. And I have a feeling that those...
I don't think he's lying either.
I have a feeling that those guys over there...
Never lie, masters, never lie.
Kamali gives Kelnar a very angry look and glances over at that 3 guys.
Now, I know that you probably want to take vengeance on whatever happens with... What's your name?
My name?
Yes. Do you have a name?
You can see the creature kind of think from moment, and it kind of runs a hand along its along its head, and it kind of winces and says, I don't have one."
Okay. I say for now that even if we do tell them that we know that he isn't lying.
Lies, masters, lies. You can see the creature's talking more of a whisper now. And it kind of it leans forward, it goes, "Lies, master, lies. The human masters speak lies. I did not steal. They're the thieves, I swears.
What did they steal from you?
Not from me. They asked me. they promise food. They promise warmth. They says that if I goes behind that wall and brings them back stuffs that they asks for, that they would give me a share. They
The weapons.
promised.
Kamali immediately looks at
No, no
Kelmar, hoping
weapons,
he
no masters, no
understands
masters, no masters.
what's going on now.
No masters. I never give weapons. Never. Weapons hurt masters. Even
The
if used
stolen
by
goods.
masters. Yes, supplies, food, drink, clothing. I promise, masters. That's all I takes. Alls I takes.
Okay.
Kelmar, can you follow me over here for a second?
Stay here, little one. We'll be right back.
Don't leave me, masters.
We
Okay.
won't. We'll be right
We're
over here. Just
right
give
here.
us a second.
If they start coming back, tell us, okay?
Immediately.
As you say, masters.
Kelmar, I think these are guys stealing supplies from the walls.
I figured that as well. I have a feeling that if this little one, which, as we can tell by their small and nimble body, they're very much accustomed to stealing things, they're using that to
They're
their
treating him like a
advantage.
slave.
They're probably not going to want to get rid of him that easily.
Well, I'm not gonna allow them to do this anymore.
I say, let me try to talk to them, be prepared to protect him, and let's see if we can get him out of here peacefully. Then when we get back, let's tell... I forget his name. What's his name again?
It's
Mr. Sunshine?
Sir Amadeus.
Sir Amadeus. Let's
Do you
tell
want
Sir...
his real name or?
That's the name.
That's
he
his
goes
real
by.
name. Sir Amadeus, let's try to get him out of here peacefully. And when we do, let's tell Sir Amadeus about the camp here. And then let's let him deal with it. He told us not to get into combat. And as much as I agree with you, I want to go kick these mofos in the arse.
As Kauno looks over his shoulder, I'm assuming
Mhm.
Kauno looks over his shoulder. Well, as Kauno, as you look back, you catch sight of something that you're not too happy with.
What?
You catch sight of one of them walking over to the little nameless creature.
Come on, go to him. Go. I'm gonna walk up
Molly
and
immediately walks over and shields
try
the Green
try
Goblin.
not to try not to yeah. We talked to him. He did not steal whatever you want.
As you step in front,
He's innocent.
Yeah. He kind of swings his sword kind of side to side and says, "Listen, these things, they look small and helpless. I understand. They look small, helpless. But that thing is a cold-blooded sneak thief. Okay? Those things would happily slit the throat of a child, a wife, a husband, anyone just for a loaf of bread. They can't be trusted. That's why there's none of them left. Us getting rid of that thing would be... I
Why do
tell
you have
lies,
him,
young
then?
lady. Pardon?
Why do you have him then?
Why would you be
And
working
if that
with
is
someone
so,
like that?
if they are so bad,
Listen. We made the same mistake you did. We felt sorry for the little bugger. We thought, put him to work. Ask him just to guard the camp for a bit. That's all. Just watch the camp. Anyone comes, you come get us, right? We collect lumber, okay? We cut down trees for a living. We can't be here 24/7. We need all the manpower we need. Have you not noticed that there's only 3 of us here and 6 tents? 3 of us are still out in the field working. We're the ones that
and
cut
what
down
about
the wood
the bruises? How is it gonna manage
He
that well
try-
if it's barely able to walk?
He tried to run away. When we confronted him, he ran. What were we supposed to do? He ran. We thought he was guilty, so we roughed him up a bit. He's fine. He's talking.
And he
But
did talk. He didn't take anything.
why do you believe it? Why do you believe that little thing? They're liars. They're
Because we're not
thieves.
stupid.
Look at me in the face and tell me that the years that I have lived cannot tell me things that I know by looking a creature in the eyes and knowing the truth and lies that come out of their mouth. That thing is
And I might
frail.
be young, but I am not stupid.
That thing is frail. You've
Oh,
beaten it to a pulp.
so you're
It
trying
is
to
in
call us
shock.
stupid now? Typical. Typical.
That thing is frail. It is in shock. It is saying everything that comes
glad.
to its mind.
I'm glad it's in shock. Should be
It
with the
has not
beating I
taken
fucking gave it.
We are going to take it. We are going to take it with us. It will not be a bother to you anymore. We will leave your operation alone. You will not hear from me or her. I'm sure you can manage with one less amount of hands. We're going to take it, and we will.
He shakes his hand. The other two start walking up, kind of hearing loud and clear what's going on, and they all kind of stand in front of you, and you can kind of see him bring his sword up and kind of rest it on his shoulder, and the others kind of bring up their weapons in kind of a threatening gesture, and he says, "You're not going anywhere
Name
with
your
that little
price.
thing." What?
Name your price.
They kind of all pause and they kind of look at each other and go, "Are you being serious?"
Yes, if I can afford it, name your price.
Mm-hmm. So, you think because we live out here, because we live beyond those walls that we help build, you think your money's just going to solve everything? Hmm?
Those weapons there are from the armor guards in the town. I think I
How
can
do you
assume
know?
very much. Because I work for them.
We just
Though-
told you that, dummy.
Though I'm not loyal to them, and I can swear to you that I will not tell them about your operation here.
Mm-hmm.
And since you could
What
tell, also,
operation?
lumbering, as you said.
Right. Lumbering.
And you can probably also tell that I am telling the truth here, because if we really wanted to take them, I'm probably fast enough to outrun all three of you. I could have scooched up both of them and taken them away, but I kept my word and just talked to them and stayed here. I keep my word now that if we take them, we will not tell the operation over there, the townspeople, about your camp here.
They kind of stand and you kind of look, and he then kind of he kind of nods out. I'm gonna need something.
And that is?
What's that fancy word you lot like to use? Collateral? Means I need something that is important to you, that I know is so important that if you were to do something stupid enough as go against your word, you would know that you would lose it forever. How much do you care about her? He points straight at Kamali.
My good sir, that's like saying I'm gonna hold a bull hostage. I have a very good feeling that if you try to keep that one, you're not leaving intact.
They all
The
they
man
kind
is
of
honest.
they have a little bit of a chuckle, and he says, "Well, then here's where we have the problem. You want to take him to you want to take him back to the village, back behind the walls, where we'll probably never get him back. I kind of want him to stay here. So how about this? You take him. He says whatever you need him to say to your captain of the guard or whatever the hell you call them nowadays. He says whatever he needs to, then he gets sent back. And to make sure you keep your word, she stays with us. You take too long. We don't see him before sundown. We leave and we take her with us."
I look at Kamali with a somewhat skeptical look.
Listen. It's not you. It's just you.
Hmm.
And he kind of gives a bit of a grin, kind of. You can tell he's trying to be funny.
Or
Or
I take him and I don't tell the captain about your stolen weapons and stolen goods that you used him to steal.
he gives a smile. And he chuckles and goes, "Is that right? Is that right? Is that right?"
I think that's a fair trade. I don't tell the captain about. And we take him. No words, nothing. You have my word.
He kind of looks you up and down, and then you see the other two start doing, and he says, "How much do you reckon those antlers would be worth?" Everyone, roll for initiative.
I tried to be peaceful. Tried to be peaceful. I
11
was being
total.
I was being serious, by the way, with the whole. Yeah,
Yeah,
try to hold
I know.
her would be like a bull. Good luck with that.
I'm very much aware, and I do agree with you, but
I don't have velvet here to blow on it. No, my luck.
Here.
Thank you.
It'll probably give you
18.
bad luck. Oh, dang. You're welcome.
There we go.
Is that plus your initiative?
That does not plus my initiative. Initiative there. Jeez. Initiative. Where's that?
and if you would like to, you
That
can
should
go.
be near your speed and armor class.
And if you would like to, you can go back to the battle mat now, since we have entered combat.
21.
Oh, great.
I got 21.
21, right? So,
Nice.
so how much have you got, Kelnar?
21.
Okay. How much have you got,
I only
Kamali?
got 11.
Okay, and then, ooh, these guys. Right then, so the order of turn goes Kelnar, Kamali, bandits.
Okay.
So, Kelnar, you go first.
Alright, give me 2 seconds. I'm
Of
going
course.
to get this set up for the stream. So, question.
Yes.
My negotiating skills, what do you guys think? Even though we failed and we're now fighting.
That's amazing. It's actually amazing.
Thank you.
You did very good.
tried.
I'm actually quite impressed. I like to sit there and listen because I'm like, dang, he good.
Mhm.
You should be like one of those, what do you call those people that go to like antique places and they're like, I'll pay 50, and then he would literally be the person, make it 30. No, 35. Make it 20. We got a deal. Okay, 20. Sure. That's literally what it is.
Well then, Kalnar, what is your first move?
Give me.
Well, it's
Gosh,
fine,
this is not organized at all. I need to organize this after stream.
Does Kelnar have fur?
On the
Yes.
elk part.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
Why?
that's concerning.
That's what I'm saying. Why?
I sense plans are brewing.
Yes, plans are indeed brewing. Trust me, it's something good.
What
You
is
have to
that good something?
Put trust in me.
It's. Well, would you put my fur on the line? I'm kind of,
Well, I mean, somebody already put your antlers on the line. Why not your fur? I'm joking. I promise it's something good. I promise you.
Okay.
Trust me, it's actually really cool.
All right. I trust you.
Here.
Just saying. Am I gonna have to really set this up again?
Here. You choose. Here. I'm gonna send you something. You choose. Okay. You choose.
Okay.
I can do that. I just need. Hold on.
Okay, so for some reason,
this.
it's not. There we go. Now it's working. Okay,
I
got
just
the
need
battle
that.
map.
That's why I asked. Okay.
This doesn't. This doesn't tell me from a beast. From a beast. You need fur from a beast. What is that? What is that supposed to mean? What is that supposed to tell me? Am I a beast?
Aren't you a beast?
For a spell that she wants to do, she needs fur from a beast.
Technically, elks could count as a beast.
I see. Okay.
Well, it's elk fur. It's elk fur. It's not you. It's the fact that it's elk fur.
It's coming from me.
Yeah, but it's still elk fur.
Does that mean you can grab a piece of hair from a human? And
Well,
that's
no,
beast
'cause
fur.
No, if she was to try and take it from the top of your head, that would be different.
Yeah. I'm gonna rip it from your rump.
Just grabs a hold of your tail and just pulls down, yanks downward.
No.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Whatever we do, we'll see. We'll see. Okay.
Continuing onwards.
I've got it going, and all right. Everything's set up. We're good.
Yep.
Yep. So let me get music set up, actually.
Okay. Dun dun dun
My
dun
war
dun
cry
dun
intensifies.
dun 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 dun.
Got some battle music. Alright. Okay. I'm ready.
All right. Kalnar, you're first up. What do you do? How do you want to do this?
Okay. I'm getting into a battle intense feeling. Let's go. Alright. Want to roll for intimidation.
Okay. Any particular reason why?
14. Boss possibly distracts them for a charging attack.
Okay.
So plus what? What would intimidation be plus? Plus 2, so 14, 15, 16. I got a 16.
Right then. 16. Okay. Let me just quickly have a look.
Oh, imagine D&D fights with a whole army against an army.
Yikes.
Well
Wouldn't
then,
that be fun?
That's a lot of dead people.
They are definitely frightened.
Yes?
Yes, they are frightened.
Frightened, or is that it? Just frightened?
Yep, they are frightened. They are definitely intimidated. They are. They might even say some are actually. Yep, they are quite frightened by you. They now all of them have the frightened effect. And if you want to Google
Well.
that, feel free to be aware of what you've just done.
Alright, frightened effect.
If you want to, if you know what you've just done. And I love how you've done it without realizing, so very nicely done.
Conditions.
What did he do to frighten them?
Well, I'm leaving that up to him so that he can roleplay it.
Frightened conditions.
Attack rolls when the source is right within the line of sight. The creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its scare. That's awesome.
A frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls and source and line of sight. The creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear. Okay.
So tell us, what do you do to frighten them? Well, let's roleplay this. Let's go.
I'm gonna say this without doing my best without it being cringe.
No,
So
go on.
I'm sorry if this sounds cringy.
Go on. D&D.
I'm gonna furrow my eyebrows, tilt my head forward a little, and give them an intense stare. I'm gonna try to push my shoulders forward and lift up my arms. Do I have a dagger?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yep, it should say...
where's my
well,
weapons?
if you look
Crossbow, short sword. I'm gonna pull out my short sword slightly and gonna do like the bull thing with my arms. You know what I'm talking about? The bull charge first with the leg. Bull stomp.
Oh, I get you.
Do the bull stomp. Yeah.
The pawing of the ground.
Yes, the paw on the ground with your foreleg. As you do this gesture, you know you can and like you easily kick up bits of earth behind you that fling back. You can all kind of see at first confident men. You can see their confidence wane. You can see their hands kind of shake as they try to stand firm, but you can kind of tell that they kind of want to run.
All right, and now would that be a turn? And is Kamali's turn?
No. That's one action. So
it's one action.
Yep.
Okay. So, are we still in combat? We are still in combat.
No, we're still going. Yeah. First round of combat. So give me a second. Give me a second. Okay, so I'm going to count this as you have readied, as in actually no, you haven't fully drawn your weapon yet, have you?
I'm going to say that I did, yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that I fully drew my weapon.
You've readied yourself, and you've... Well, I'm going to count that frightening thing as like a free action. That's a free action, so there you go.
He didn't really cause that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's a free action. It's just you doing a motion, so it's just there you go. So go on, if you want, you can do anything else with your turn.
Okay. I would say that I
Charge, do it, destroy
You are unable to charge unless you move back. You need a. It says how
yeah,
much.
I need yes.
Give them the hooves, man.
Yeah, basically you need to be able to gain speed.
Mm. Uh I would say now that I've got them intimidated, I'm gonna look at Kamale and give them an eye as try to tell her your move now. I've got them distracted. If that makes sense.
All right. In that case, Kamali looks at Kelnar and says, "I'm sorry," and rips out a little bit of his butt fur.
Does that do damage?
No, it doesn't. It's not. Nah.
Okay. Okay.
I usually count damage as being like actual bodily harm, if you get what I mean.
Okay. Got it. Got
I
it.
tried.
You
She
like,
tries purposely
ripping
not
out
trying to
a
hurt
chunk
you.
of someone's hair wouldn't send them to the hospital, would it?
Okay. No.
Unless
It
they're very
wouldn't.
vain. Unless they're very vain. They took my hair. Anyways, yes. So upon doing that, you feel Kalnar feels a very horrible sting from where you've ripped off, and you can see like just a small patch of his skin, like being able to be seen through the fur.
Okay.
All right, and she uses enhance ability.
Okay.
Da-da-da-da-da. You touch a creature and bestow upon it a magical enchantment. Choose one of the following effects the target gains that affect until the spell ends, and the spell lasts for 1 hour. And I am going to give him. I'm touching Kelnar, by the way, and I'm gonna give him Bull's strength. The target has advantage on strength checks and on his or her carrying capacity doubles. Give me 1 second.
Did you send that to Callie?
Not yet. Hold on.
Okay.
Sorry. My dad walked in real quick. Da-da-da. Click, 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 click. Where's Trio? There we go.
Yep. And okay, fair enough. And this requires a second spell slot, second level spell slot.
Okay.
Yeah, so just mark down that you've used one, and like I said, just so you know.
Okay.
And this will require you to obviously make a motion and say something, but there you go. So, yep.
Okay. Kamali places her hand upon the spot where she ripped off the fur and she pats it better, and then she says, "Give him strength," giving him the bull strength enchantment.
So, as you do that, as Kamali does this, suddenly Kalnar, without explanation, feels stronger. Like, not just strong, but you feel stronger than you've ever felt before. You know, you feel like right now you feel so strong that you feel like you could pick up a tree and throw it right at them. In game terms, I don't know. I'd have to see. But in game terms, what this means is you have gained advantage on strength checks and your carrying
Which
capacity
means
has doubled.
if you roll like a 2 on your d20, you can roll again.
Well, advantage
and
means you
possibly
roll
get it
twice and you
higher.
pick the highest one, or the more favorable one.
You're welcome.
Is that the end of your turn, Kamali, or?
Yes, that is the end of Kamali's turn.
Okay.
She glances back at Kelnar, giving him the same look that he gave her from earlier.
And Kelnar gives her a very, very concerning smile.
She just smiles back.
Is it part of
What?
combat to tell?
Nope, that is a free action. Speaking is a free action.
Okay, I'm gonna tell the green one to run at the tent. Go run at the tent. Go run into the tents.
He does as you said, and you see him trip away and hide in one of the tents.
Okay. I'm assuming the closest one to us.
Yep. Well, you just see him run off behind you. You don't really see where he's going. You just see him run off
Okay.
into the camp.
Okay.
Right then, so I ask dear Kamali, what is your armor class? What is your AC?
My armor class is
I thought you were gonna do me for a second because deer.
12. But you're not a deer, you're an elk.
It's same subspecies,
Yeah.
just bigger.
So what?
Same species, not subspecies. Hoofed.
So
What would you classify them? They're not
what's
that
your
antelope.
what's your AC?
Oh, 12.
And Kalnar's AC?
14. I'm a big boy.
Yes, very good. I'm bad at math, so give me a minute.
Take all the time you need. Math sucks. Stay in school, kids. Learn your numerals.
Except for when you're an adult, then you kind of don't really have a choice till you get into college.
Very good.
By the way, happy Halloween, anyone who's watching.
Yes,
Happy
everyone.
Halloween.
Yes, happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. There were plans to do a Halloween themed one-off, but sadly due to time constraints and also all of our schedules, we were unable to. But we thought we'd at least record a session for October.
I'm a working man.
We're all
I'm
busy.
a
It's all right.
working woman.
We're all busy. And I'm busy celebrating Halloween. Anyways.
Well, my parents downstairs are very much busy celebrating Halloween.
I still haven't heard another scream yet, so.
So, one of the men quickly kind of runs over and takes a slash at Kamali. Takes a slash at Kamali and and takes a slash at Kamali, and you're able to quickly kind of move to the side, but his blade does catch your arm, and you can see it kind of goes down and kind of slices along the sleeve, and it's not a deep cut, but it's a nasty wound, and you take 2 points of damage.
Lovely.
This one is going to move round here.
Oh dear.
keep forgetting that I need to have a window open for it to update on the stream.
20. He moves around here. And once again, goes.
Hey, these look like the same guys that we fought in the first session.
Shut up. Shut up. You,
Wait a second.
you try finding
knew.
images you can use for tokens that aren't copyrighted. Yep. Another one of the men quickly runs round and goes in for a stab, but it kind of but it trembles over his feet, and it's very telegraph, and you're able to kind of move out of the way of it. And then
This being me?
No, this is this bloke over here, going towards swinging for Kamali, because once again, if you read,
They're all terrified of you.
yes, so and they are unable to move closer to you. In fact, a lot of them want to
So
move away
they're
from
coming after me.
you. And this lad is going to move away. And that is the end of their turn. So now it's Kelnar once again.
So the one that attacked Kamali, this one,
Yes.
I'm going to do a slash attack at his leg.
Okay, and you have advantage.
Yes.
So roll twice, pick the highest.
Oh, I very much am going to be picking that one. 16 plus what?
And it should be plus. So in the weapons category, do you know in the bit where it has like them listed off, and it has a bunch of stuff
Plus
next
5.
to it? So yeah, so the first one is what you
21.
add to your attack. So plus 5, that's 21. Yikes. And then so now you roll your damage die and add the plus to it. So it's see how it says, however many D whatever, and then plus whatever damage.
1d6.
Yep, 1d6.
Which one's the 1d6?
That's the normal dice.
Six-sided dice.
I'm
That's
tired.
the cube.
No, it's fine. We're all tired. It's fine. Don't worry.
You probably more tired than both of us. You're
I'm a DM. I'm used to it.
3 times, I think it says.
No, plus. It does it say plus 3?
Yes.
No, that means you add 3 to the die roll.
What?
So on your
Wait a
so
second.
so
There you
That
go.
was my father.
it's perfectly fine.
Yes, it says plus 3.
Yeah. So what you have is the name of the weapon. Then you have the plus 5. That's what you add to your to-hit roll. So when you roll to try and hit someone, that's what you add to it. And then afterwards, this is for the damage. So you roll the dice that it tells you to, and then you add the number that says plus whatever to. It usually will say plus whatever slashing, bludgeoning, piercing damage.
M, since you were very lucky last time, blow. 2,
Oh goodness.
1,
Plus
plus 3, so 4.
4 damage.
What is that a total of? Like 7? No, you said plus 5. 5 plus 4 is 9.
Oh no, remember the plus 5 goes towards to hit. To see if he hits him. This is just the damage we're rolling. Very, very good. So, how do you want to hit him?
He said he wanted to slice at the leg.
At the leg, right in the middle between the upper leg and the lower leg, possibly disable him.
Okay, very good.
Oof.
Yep. As you, you easily do. You quickly whip your short
sword.
Yeah, your short sword round, and you very easily slice up his leg, a big splatter of blood coming out, and he quickly turns and goes, ah! A scream is let out as he kind of backs up a bit, and he kind of grabs at his leg, and you instantly, his entire palm and things are just covered in his own blood. And as he looks, he kind of, oh, and kind of goes back and kind of grips out tightly, trying to desperately kind of keep it together.
Delicious.
Anything else you'd like to do?
Oh, it's still my. Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Um.
I will have to send you a thing about what you can do per turn, but basically you've done one action.
The guy who ran to the left of Kamali, since that guy is stumbling back,
Mm-hmm.
um, guy to the left of Kamali, I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to, uh, possibly grab Kamali, uh, throw her on my back, and do a head blending damage on him.
So what is it you're trying to do?
We're trying to
He's
lift
gonna
up Kamali, throw
headbutt
her on.
him.
I'm gonna headbutt him, and I'm gonna throw Kamali on my back.
You can do that, but you can't attack. You can only do one action per turn.
Throw me on your back. I got you.
Throw me on your back. All right. So I'm gonna throw her
No,
on my
no,
back.
no, my back. Whoa, hold up.
No,
Throw
I'm
me
gonna
on
throw.
your
I'm gonna
back.
throw her on my back. Sorry.
There
I
we go.
like my
There we go.
spine. Please no.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Look, I have a good carrying capacity, but I.
That is my turn.
Okay, so
Are
you
those
throw her
my
on your
turns?
back. Yep, that's very good. Okay.
Look, anything above 180, and I'm my character's dying.
Right.
And while Kamali is doing her turn, I'm gonna go quickly grab a drink.
Please go ahead. Kamali, your turn.
Grab one for me. Anyways. All right. So while on Kilnor's back now, Kamali uses. Never mind. Let's see. By any chance,
Mm-hmm.
is there any water other than the one that was boiling above the pot of water, the fire?
Nope.
Could use that.
No. Well, that's the only water really in sight.
Hold on. Let's shape the water. Shape the water.
Miss anything?
Nope.
No. Otherwise, change the flow of water.
I'm eating the leftover candy from.
Okay.
Lovely.
And it's just a movement. Okay, I would like to use
Mm-hmm.
shape water.
Okay.
And I'll send this to you, my friend. Oh. There we go. Found it. Boop.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What she's gonna do is take the water from that pot that was sitting over the fire.
Is it in range?
That's a good question. Where is the ting? Where's my thing? Okay.
So.
2, 3,
So
5,
that's
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yes.
it's in range. Okay, very good. And what do you want to do?
She's gonna call upon the water that's in the pot,
Mm-hmm.
and she is going to freeze it into a sickle and chunk it at them.
Okay.
Chunk it at the guy that was standing in front of her, but not the dude that slashed at her.
You can only freeze the war.
Janky.
You are unable to. You can,
Where is
like I
the
said, move it
direction?
and
5
manipulate it,
feet.
but yeah.
Oh, 5 feet in a direction. Dang it. Okay. Never mind. Scratch that.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
Scratch that. Never mind. How close is this dude? Is he just 5
Which
feet
dude?
away?
Which dude?
The one with the brown hair.
You can click on him and it'll show you highlighting him. Him.
This one.
Thank you. Yeah, he is about 5 foot away. That counts as 5 foot.
Can I whack him with my quarterstaff?
Yes, you can. Roll.
Would it be a part of my turn
17.
if I were to move so that she can do her attacks?
You'd have to enter your turn. So it's how it works.
Mhm.
Honestly, D&D is a lot like turn-based RPGs, like Final Fantasy and all that. It's basically turn-based combat.
Mhm. And I roll a 17. Is there anything I need to add to that?
Nope, you're fine. That hits. You don't have to
Okay.
add anything. But
All
obviously,
right.
you'd go down to your quarterstaff and look at the thing that says you don't add this. So, yep. Very good. And roll your damage.
It says 1d6 for bludgeoning. What is 1d8 versatile?
Oh,
I remember we wrote that down for some reason.
so versatile. Basically, that means you can strike with one hand or two, or hold it in two hands to. If I'm correct. Give me a second.
Nice.
Give me a
Okay.
second. Give me a quick second. Let me just check this. I want to make sure I'm getting that right because I don't want to tell you something then
Take
have
your
it be
time.
wrong.
I like peanut butter, peanut butter, peanut butter, peanut butter.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm correct. You can either use it with one hand or two hands.
Okay.
Obviously,
She's
if you
using two hands to bring it down on this.
okay, so it's
exposed
two-handed.
skull.
Right, there you go. So you roll that damage instead. You roll the versatile, which is the highest one,
I rolled a 1.
and then
Plus
you add
3 is 4.
4 damage.
I bonked the dude. I bonked him right on his silly little skull.
Right then. As you bring it craning down onto this gentleman's head, you as you bring it crane down his head, you hear an alarming crack as the staff connects with the very center top of the man's head, and he just drops to his feet, knocked out cold, which means we shall lay him on his side. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Bandit's turn.
Can Kamali say something before
Go on,
she ends
go
her
on,
turn?
go on.
Kelmar, do you think they're done attacking yet?
I'm not entirely sure. I sure hope so, because I don't want to do more damage than we have already done.
Mr. Sunshine's not gonna be happy about this one.
To be fair, we could say that we were defending this creature over here.
Hmm.
True, but his complaint's gonna be like, you know,
And we found
they're
the
not part
thieves.
of the town. Yeah, at least we have that to tell them. That's good news.
I will say, let's not tell him that this creature was the one who stole the goods. Are we in agreement with that?
I agree.
Thank you.
Very good. Right then.
It'll just be our secret.
Mm-hmm.
All right, looks like it's
Uh,
the bandits' turn if they
right,
can
yep.
even manage to do
Yep.
anything.
Yeah. Upon seeing you knock out one of their friend, you see, you see, you. I'm just thinking how to do this. You see them quickly, very quickly, throw their weapons to the ground and put up their hands and go. Shh, okay, stop. Okay, stop. You win. Okay.
All three of you will be marching to the walls. No fighting, quietly, willingly. Do you guys understand?
One of them speaks up and says, listen, listen, listen. We didn't want to do this. You have to understand this, okay? We didn't want to do this, okay? It's just
You initiated the attacking.
no.
You are going to deal with your consequences.
No, please listen. Please, you gotta listen to us, okay? You listen to the little runt. Please, just listen to us, please.
Speak.
Okay, listen. Listen. I don't expect you to understand, but living outside of their protection is hell. We are at the mercy of everyone else, okay? We don't have protection from the kingdom, okay? We have no allegiance to them. They have no reason to protect us.
Then why are you out here?
Everyone has their reasons, okay? But what I need you to understand, please, we can't go to them. We have no other recourse. We have nothing out here. Okay?
You could have a nice, cell inside the walls.
Listen, believe us or not, we've got families. We've got a community to take care of.
What community?
A community, really?
Yeah.
Are you stealing from the main city so that you can feed this community?
The other one kind of goes, not exactly.
Then what do you mean? Because if that was the case, we'd be a little more empathetic here.
They all kind of look at it and go, and they say, "Can we put our hands down?"
No.
Okay, they kind of keep their hands up, and then and the other one speaks up again and says, if you're not with them, you're usually considered against them. We just don't like living under their rule. I get it. From what you've probably seen, everything probably seems really nice, but they're not. Okay? It's not all sunshine and rainbows. There are things that they have done that I can't stand by. Most of us can't stand by.
So why stay here? We traveled not that far away from towns and cities. Pretty just close. Go to them. Don't be here.
We can't go to them. Like I said, the way the king feels is you're either with him or you're against him. The only reason we're here and we're not back at our actual homes, far away from here, we made a deal with... The other one
Go on.
quickly speaks up and said, we made a deal with the elves, okay? There's
The
like,
elves.
I know. Listen,
Elves?
they're not... Yes, there's like an army of them, like, that he points off to,
An
in a
army
random...
of elves. Look who you're talking to. Do you know the history of my people?
Listen, we're sorry, okay? Listen, we're sorry. I don't know what bad blood you've got between them, but please, you gotta understand. It was either us or them. They asked us just to get them supplies. They're cut off from their army. It's only a small group. They asked us just to get them supplies so that they can, well, you know, survive.
You are lucky I'm not cutting off your head right now.
Please, listen. Listen, I've got family, okay? We both have. You
So
you
did
don't need
I.
to... Yeah. The other one speaks and says, listen, we're being honest with you. We just wanted to help our own,
Can she
okay?
roll to see if they are telling the truth?
Go ahead.
Maybe I got a little too into character there. I apologize.
No, that's fine. Get
No,
into
it's
character.
beautiful.
It's fine. Get into character.
Total of 11.
11. You can't really make out if they're lying or not, but what they're saying seems convincing. Like it seems like they don't seem to have a reason to lie, but you can't really say for certain that they're not lying.
May I roll again?
Sure, go ahead, and while you roll, they continue to kind of have their arms and they say, listen, all they wanted was clothes, food, okay? The weapons were the weapons were given to us by the elves just in case something like this happened, so we could defend ourselves. But look at us, we're not soldiers, we're not bandits, we're just trying to survive, okay? Something's coming, something big. The elves are getting ready for something. They won't tell us what, but they just said if we helped them that we would be spared. We don't know what that means, and I don't want to know. I just want to go home.
I want you to listen to me very carefully.
I rolled an 18.
Roll an 18. His desperation is very obvious to you, Kamala. You can tell that he is speaking from the heart. Those words that you just heard were him speaking truly from his heart.
In that case, Kamala looks at Kelnar, kind of taps him on the shoulder. Kelnar, he's not lying.
I know he's not lying. Listen to me very carefully.
We're all ears.
Taking supplies, clothing, and giving it to the elves. An elvish army. The elves are one of the wealthiest peoples and species out there. Do you think they need that? Or do you think that they would be asking some group of survivors who are... No, listen to me. Who would gratefully take those clothing, give it to elves, that would leave them without supplies and weaker than they were before. By the way, I don't know this. This is just Kelnar having his fit.
I understand. You can see looks of shame kind of dawn over their faces, and one of them speaks to him and goes, we're just trying to survive. Isn't that what you're doing? Surviving? By working with them?
We were here not because we're surviving, but because I had nothing to do. I had nothing to do. I've lived over 100 years. I'll put in a good word to the commander to get you three, possibly back in without any consequences. But let me tell you, Do not trust the Elvish. They are a people that will stab you in the back anytime you're more than an inconvenience to them.
They killed they they killed your family, didn't they? Or
They killed my species.
Kamali rubs Kilnar's back as she's sitting on him.
he kind of looks you in the eyes, and keeping his hands up, he takes a step forward. He says, "Would you not? You loved them, right? Your people. They were everything to you."
I was barely old enough to remember them. But yeah, I guess you could say that.
You would have given everything and done anything to save them, wouldn't you?
I know what you're saying, that's why I'm not killing you right where you stand. Put your arms down, you're not prisoners.
They both kind of put their arms slowly down.
Me and Kamali will go take him. Stay here, don't run. Clearly you don't have anywhere else to go. We will go put in a good word with the captain. We won't tell him where you are unless he agrees. Understand? Are we in agreement?
They both just kind of quickly nod, really, not seeming to have anything else to say.
Can Kamali... Are we out of combat, by the way?
Yep, we are out of combat.
Can Kamali hop down and heal?
That's what I was gonna say. I was
that
about
she
to say.
bonked
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
and
I
slashed?
tap on her shoulder and say, "Don't forget the one I cut the leg off, please."
Okay.
Mhm.
She like slides off like the side of Kelnar's backside, and walks over to the guy who has the cut leg and heals it. And then she goes over
Are you using
to...
what spell are you using, by the way?
She is using
While she's doing this,
Healing Spirit.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask the two. Did you
Mhm.
give the was it a goblin or a...
Yeah, it's reasonable to assume that it's a goblin. You heard them use the
Okay.
word goblin. You heard him call it a goblin.
Did you three give the goblin a name?
They kind of look at each other and go, "No, we asked for its name, but apparently it doesn't have one. Apparently it's like a goblin thing that they have to earn a name or something."
What did you call him? Or what did he ask to be called?
He didn't ask to be called anything. We just called him Goblin or Runt or just whatever came to mind.
Understand. Just because I'm not that much of a barbarian, because I have honor for those who are protecting those they care about, I will say I apologize for what I did to your men, but you did attack us first. We were trying to be peaceful.
Let's just say we didn't exactly have an option.
I understand. There's always an option that isn't fighting.
They kind of just shrug, and you can kind of see on their face it's kind of a agree to disagree thing.
Okay. I would say that is Kamali done, by the way? Healing?
Healing
Oh
spirit.
yeah. Can I heal myself since we're out of combat?
Sure. Question. Healing spirit. Is that a cantrip or what is that? I'm sorry, I'm not good at memorizing spells.
Healing Spirit. It's a second level spell.
A second level spell, so that requires a second level spell slot. Yes.
So until I take a long rest, I am out of second level spells.
Armadeus. I remember him talking about, and other soldiers, about things that they were protecting themselves from. The elves? I would assume, is that the thing that they were protecting? Obviously, probably something that we need to learn
We'll
that you
say.
can't tell us. But yeah, I
Well,
see.
if you're putting two to two together as Kalnor,
Yep.
then you put two and two together, dude. But yeah, so that's the second level. So yep, you can cast that. What form does it take? It can be any creature of a certain size.
You're asking me. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. A falcon.
Okay. Is there anything you need to do? I'm sorry, I'm not being what's a bit. It's one of those things where
Yeah, sorry.
I can't see it, and I'm bad at
It's
remembering spells. So
V and S. So she
Voice of the
calls
Smatic.
upon it and says, "Heal." She spawns this pretty little falcon, and she points at the dude's leg. The guy knocked out, and later.
no, it's the
her
same
arm.
person. You both attacked the same guy.
Well, didn't she attack the guy on the left?
I thought I knocked out the other dude.
No, because you asked to attack the guy that was 5 foot away, which is one square, which is literally the square next to you, and there was only one person.
I took you on my shoulder, and the other guy is no longer 5 feet away. That's probably what.
Yeah, you
Okay.
because you're on his back. You
yeah.
technically take up the same square.
Oh, that's no longer a thing.
That wasn't planned, but oh well.
Well,
Same
yeah,
guy.
so it doesn't matter. We're not looking at the battle map anymore, but it's just be aware that counts as you taking up the same square. So
Okay. Well, anyways, I heal everyone pretty much.
okay, yeah.
In
as
summary.
as you cast it, this majestic golden falcon, kind of appears from a light in your hand, and Kalnar, you see this very small, beautiful, shining falcon appear, and you see it kind of almost glide across and through his leg, and as it glides, as its body moves through, it heals up his wound. It heals up, but you can see that though it heals, it leaves a very deep, big scar along his leg.
Okay, so it doesn't do it 100%, it just scars it.
Well,
I was about to actually ask that.
yeah.
Because a lot of...
Well, usually in D&D it is completely healed, but in my world, magic can heal things, but it speeds up the process. Let's just say that it speeds up the process, the healing process. It doesn't just fully go gone. Very powerful magic does that.
Kamali's not very powerful yet.
Well, I'm just saying
She's only level 3.
It's a second level spell. It's powerful, but it's
Yeah.
not that powerful. Let's carry on. Yeah. So it heals him. Do you want it to do anything else, or are you done with it?
Heal my arm.
Yeah. It, once again, once it's done with its leg, it kind of curves back round and slowly kind of travels up your arm, and I'm assuming you're done with it once it heals you?
Yes, I
Yeah, and as it comes up onto your arm, it kind of once again travels, almost seems to glide up your arm, healing it, leaving a small scar along your arm. Oh no, not sorry. Due to it being only a small cut, it completely heals up. You don't even have a scar, and it kind of rests on your shoulder and kind of nuzzles at your hair a bit as you thank it, and as you thank it, you see it just kind of go, as if it just explode, like watching a bag of sand explode, just, and then settles down and is gone.
Let's go find that goblin.
As you do this, the two kind of look on in amazement, and one of them speaks up and goes, "You're a magic user." Wait, what?
So am I.
They kind of look and go, "Wait, you can see they're both kind of confused, and one of them asks, "So wait, all that with the smoke and the pit, was that you?"
I don't know what that glowing
Mm.
was, but the smoke was.
I don't know where Oh, you were the smoke?
Yeah.
Oh, and someone's sneaky. I guess we're gonna have to talk about that later. I was the flame.
Where did you two learn to use magic?
I'm a creature of a fae, and so is she. If you want to know more about that, go to a library.
Say no more. Just usually we'd have to sell our entire house just to get a simple spell like that done to a friend.
That's because people like to take advantage of something most cannot do. I've lived long enough to know that. Gain quite a
Too
bit
right.
of. Magic isn't that expensive to me, at least physically, so I can use it quite a bit. So, if you do end up using magic or paying for magic, just probably a ripoff.
Duly noted.
Alright, Kelmer, let's go find that goblin.
A word of advice: if you end up using a creature for your own benefits, at least try to treat it with some level of respect, and maybe it will not try to run away.
All heard. All heard.
Or better yet, don't use anyone as a slave.
Hey,
And she gives a very mean look to
hey,
them.
listen. We weren't using him as a slave. We asked him to help us. The only reason we asked him is because the other person that we asked didn't, just stopped helping us. Apparently had a problem with us giving things to the elves.
And what kind of creature was that?
Well,
Go ahead.
okay. Ew, what? They kind of look at each other and go, well, there was someone inside the wall.
Look at Kamali.
They were helping us a few weeks. It was only a week back when they just stopped. We talked to them by talking through the wall. We'd meet up at the same spot. We'd knock twice. They'd knock 3 times in response, and then we'd talk through the wall. We never saw.
Do you remember what their voice sounded like? Was it male,
It was a woman.
high-pitched,
It was
low-pitched?
a woman, and her voice was kind of high pitched, and she had a weird accent, didn't she? The old one nods and goes, "Yeah." She talked weird, and well, we know that she was a small creature. We don't know if she was a halfling, or we don't know if she was a halfling or a goblin or anything like that. The only times we saw was in the Den 9, and she wore clothing that kind of covered herself up. She said there was insurance or something like that, security, apparently, in case we tried ratting her out. But all we know is that she's a woman and she was small. Does that fit the bill of anyone you know?
Kamali looks at Kilmer extremely concerned.
Like we said, it was a week ago. They just stopped contacting us. We checked other spots of the wall without getting seen by the guards, and we just couldn't get in contact. So we found that little runt sneaking through our bags one day, and well, we asked him, "You any good at sneaking?" And he said, "Yes," and it went on from there. So, what happens to us now?
You
Like
stay
Kelnar
here.
said, you're gonna stay here. You will not run away. We are taking the goblin with us back to the walls. You're going to try to
Right.
talk to the head of the guard.
We will
we'll
not
settle
tell
it from
him.
there.
We will not tell him where you are unless he agrees to have some kind of mercy or benefit to you 3.
Right.
I understand you're worried. I understand that you're skeptical of both me and them. My only proof is my word, and I hope that that is enough.
They both kind of just they shrug and kind of sigh, and it's like, well, we haven't exactly got much choice, have we?
Pause real quick.
Of course. Please
Okay.
repeat that.
I'm going to flick one gold piece to the middle one.
Mm-hmm.
So I now have full 4 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And say, I respect you for trying to protect your families. And I do apologize for what happened here today. I hope that this is enough to ease your minds. We will genuinely do our best.
As you flick it, the one you flick it to kind of catches it. And he kind of looks in and goes, sure we'll find something that we can use this for.
I know there's not much, but unfortunately I'm not that wealthy of a man.
Hmm.
But again, stay here. We'll be back as soon as we can.
All right, are we free to go back to our tents?
You're not prisoners. You don't need our permission. We're not your commanders. Yes, you can go free back to your tents.
Right, and you can see them both kind of go, at first a bit hesitant, but then they kind of go to kind of picking up their friend and kind of, you see them kind of carrying him back over to the tents.
Kamali,
Yes.
I have a feeling that if you and I are going to be spending more time together, then please do not worry about this. This will not hurt my ego or anything around that line. If any form of tactical advantage, or you just want to rest if we're traveling for long distances, do feel free to take a travel on my back. I will not feel upset about it.
You promise?
I swear on the family that I once knew.
Well, I can't argue with that.
Now, let's go find little Mr. Goblin and get out of here.
Fair enough.
We should probably give him a name.
Well, if
What
that is the
about-
case, that he feels like he needs to earn his name, then I say we respect his culture.
Okay.
Right
But
then.
for now, let's call him Goblin. If you agree, Kamali?
For now.
For now.
Fair enough.
All right.
Once more, time stands still. The adventure stops, but our adventurers continue. Please be sure to join us next time, where our brave Kamali and Kalnar will talk to their new goblin acquaintance and discover the secrets behind this little thieving operation, and maybe uncover secrets that reveal that this goes deeper than any of them may have expected. But until next time, keep adventuring, my dear adventurers, and please come back to see us again on the next session of the Orphans of the FeyWild. I am your Dungeon Master, Calibara.
I am Nuva Legacy.
And I am Spiritual Rose.
And we will see you next time. Keep adventuring, adventurers. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.